this day in Tudor history, the 2nd of January 1554, Sir Thomas Wyatt the Younger and Sir Peter Carew were summoned to appear before Queen Mary I's Privy Council. The Queen's Council had got wind of the fact that these two men were part of a group of men planning a military coup. The men were opposed to the Queen's plan to marry Philip of Spain, fearing that England would become just another Habsburg territory, and what could happen if Mary died before Philip. The group, which also included Henry Grey, Duke of Suffolk and father of the imprisoned Lady Jane Grey, among others, were planning a fourfold rising for the 18th of March, Palm Sunday, which would see simultaneous risings in Kent, the Midlands, Herefordshire and the West Country. Although one member of the group, William Thomas, was keen on the idea of assassinating Mary, Wyatt opposed this, and they planned to depose her and replace her with her half-sister Elizabeth, who would marry Edward Courtenay, Earl of Devon, who'd been put forward as a match for Mary originally. It was actually Courtenay who spilled the beans of the rebellion to Stephen Gardiner, Bishop of Winchester and Mary's Lord Chancellor. Wyatt and Carew ignored the council summons and continued plotting. However, the leaking of the plot led to the group putting their plan into action earlier than planned. While Carew spread dissent in Devon, Wyatt raised his standard in Maidstone in Kent on the 25th of January, and his supporters also made proclamations in other Kent towns. Mary's government acted quickly, sending troops to Kent under the Duke of Norfolk. And things looked good for the rebels when many of the Crown soldiers, finding themselves outnumbered by the rebels, mutinied and joined the rebel side. The rebels also successfully besieged Cooling Castle before marching on to London. However, Mary made a rousing speech at Guildhall to the citizens of London, rallying troops against the rebels. To cut a long story short, the rebel troops were forced to surrender. Wyatt and Suffolk were executed, as were Lady Jane Grey and her husband Lord Guildford Dudley. Wyatt went to his death refusing to implicate the Queen's half-sister, but Elizabeth was imprisoned and interrogated about her role in the rebellion, spending 2 months in the Tower of London and further time under house arrest. Mary I was the victor, and she married Philip of Spain on the 25th of July 1554 at Winchester Cathedral. I'll be back tomorrow with more Tudor history. See you then. Bye bye.